All right, how are we?
Not too bad. What about you guys? Is everyone well?
Okay.
I mean, there's no news from us. We've just had a whole session off air about all the things going on in your lives, and we literally contributed nothing.
No
So
news is good
we
news.
we have zero news. Yeah, yeah.
That's a good one. No
Yeah.
news, good news.
I do think, I mean, there is big news for Australia, and I think we'd be remiss in not making some comment on it. We are recording 2 days after the Bondi shooting in Sydney, and I think quite pertinent. One of the last episodes we recorded, which was a few weeks ago, was actually about, I think, Carla, you did,
It was me.
the Sandy Hook
Yeah.
shooting, and I want to say Dunblane. Is that right?
Yeah, because I was trying to do that.
You know,
Of course,
it's
I
like
couldn't
you
remember,
can't
but
remember
yeah.
anything.
Yeah, because I was trying to draw the comparison between what happened in Scotland versus what happened in the
Yeah.
US, like
Yeah.
10 years later. But
And
same.
but we're very early days in the aftermath of this shooting, and I'd like to point out that there has been some discourse, and I'm not sure if this is just the media making shit up, but some discourse about Americans suggesting that, oh well, look, your gun controls hasn't stopped this from
No, I don't
happening.
think
I'm not
that's true
sure
at
that
all.
actual Americans are saying that at all,
No.
but I think it's been 30 years since Port Arthur,
Yeah.
and they'll probably tighten the guns up further. And what I found really interesting was in that story that we talked about last time, while we were talking about gun control in Australia, I looked up at the time the statistics, if you recall,
Yeah.
and I was quite surprised to see that more people in Australia actually own guns now than
Than
they
you
did
thought.
pre Port Arthur. So I'm not that surprised that if the government's going to tighten it, which is, in my opinion, a good response to a mass shooting, as opposed to saying, "Oh well, guns aren't the
That
problem."
doesn't work.
Yeah.
Also, our population's probably double what it was 30 years ago, so
Absolutely,
there's
yeah.
more people to own guns.
I'm quite happy with our gun laws. I'm quite happy with them. And I think that it's held us in good stead. I just think, some of the things that look like they're coming to light now are, maybe licenses had lapsed and the usual kind of stuff where it wasn't quite as bolted down as it
Look,
could be.
The unfortunate reality is if
Yeah.
someone wants to go and
They'll
shoot
get it.
people, they can, right? Whether it's with registered guns
Correct.
or illegal guns.
Agreed.
And if someone is in the mind to do something like as horrendous as what happened in Bondi on Sunday, they'll do it. And, obviously our thoughts are with everyone who's been affected by that tragedy, including off where we were talking about ourselves, because we used to live there and are very connected to Bondi and, have found it a shocking and horrible thing. Yeah. All right. Oh, yeah, and my husband had heart surgery, but apart from that, everything's fine.
There it is. We had the same
fine.
joke off air, didn't we?
We
Well,
did.
it was good because it was more just, oh yeah, and by the way, Tony had heart surgery, but he's fine. And the two of you were like, what? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. All good, all good.
By the by.
So I suppose that's our news. Has anyone got anything else other than that?
Can't remember. No, your mind kind of gets sort of wiped a little bit when you start focusing on something else. Can't remember what we did last week. I went to Rottnest for a little while. That was quite pleasant.
Nice. Boys, any news?
No, not really.
Since we're out of news, I suppose we should introduce ourselves. I'm Schmidty.
I'm Swanee.
And I'm Clarky, and together we are
Trial
by Wine.
And what are we drinking? Swanee? Soda water?
Well, I am. It's a bit grubby too, and it was a choice.
It looked fresh.
It is.
It did
it was
look
a choice.
good.
It is. It's just home brand Coles, and I
Cost of living
chose
crisis.
that over one of my. I've got the poor man's San Pellegrino, the big bottles, that green one. I've got Santa Vittoria, whatever else. I looked at that and I thought, no, that's probably a bit too much because I was just really thirsty. So I've already had a DC today, which is unlike me, but I've had to hit it early today.
Is that like the solo of soda water that you're having now where you can slam it down fast?
Well, I didn't slam it down fast when I broke it up in front of me before. It made me burp. I was like, oh, when you sort of all the gas. But now I should be able to start slamming it down. Yeah, it is good. It's what I needed, actually. What about you guys? Something better, I'm hoping?
We're on the Aldi Rosé.
Oh, nice.
Which you can vaguely see for everyone who can't see us recording. We're in witness protection again because the sun is setting behind us. It's so bright, but you can kind of see the red in the glass.
Yes, I can see it. Yes.
Yeah,
Is that the same one that I had when I was at your place? Because that's a nice
Yeah, it's the
rosé.
Loire Valley one. So they do a couple of different ones, but we like this one. It's like
that's
$9.99. But cost of living crisis, it's a bargain.
I think we're getting an Aldi built not too far from us. So I will literally be able to
will
go
not
there
know
and I'll look
yourself.
around and I'll be like, oh, I know that one. I've heard about that one. I've heard that.
Should we all fly over and give you a tour so you don't get too
Absolutely.
overwhelmed by the
Absolutely.
experience?
Well, my brother and his partner did take me on a Costco tour. And when Costco opened in Perth, they took me out there. I can't say I've been back because it's at the airport and I can't be bothered, but I thought it was amazing. I just can't be bothered to go that far.
I'm doing Costco next week.
Well, there you go. I don't.
Yeah.
They're massive Costco fans.
Yeah, I love it.
Actually, I'm pretty sure one of them sent the other day, there was a T-shirt that said Costco slut on it and he was going to buy it for my brother for Christmas.
No, so you get there
think
and you
that's
just get overexcited, and the next thing you know, you've
Yeah,
got a
yeah.
trolley full of shit that you
Yeah.
don't need, and you've spent $500 to $700. Yeah.
Yeah. And everything's massive too. So that lasts for a long, long time.
That's what I like about it. I'm drinking a pretty ordinary selection myself. I've got a half a bottle of
Oh, this looks like it's from my
Soda water?
my private collection.
it is a Soda Stream, half a bottle of Soda
Oh,
Stream. which
nice.
I
Is it
may not have
lukewarm?
fizzed. It's absolutely room temp.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
And
bargain basement.
Probably fizzed it last night before I went to bed.
Oh my god,
Oh,
that should be like
gosh.
a there should be names of like a Swanee selection or a Swanee brutal.
Nice.
Yeah.
Something like
Did
that.
you
Yeah.
remember to bleach your top?
Me?
No.
Did I
Schmidty.
bleach? Oh, did you bleach your
The
top?
top of the
Oh, yes,
Soda
I
Stream
always do
bottle.
that. Yes, I always do that. Yeah. I thought you meant my actual clothing. I was very confused. I'm like, I know I drank a lot. I know I drank an awful lot when I
lot?
was with you last. So I'm like, did I completely forget a stain or something? Yeah, no, I
No.
always bleach the top ones. And I've also got a zero sugar sun-kissed. for
When you say
flavour.
bleach them, how do you actually do that?
Well, the way I do it is I pour a little bit of bleach
Yeah,
to best us into the top itself, and then I
Yeah.
get a toothbrush
and then just go
and I
around
scrub it all around. And sometimes I carefully pick
Rubber
the
out.
rubber out
Seal.
and then
Oh.
clean
Are
it
you
all
sorry?
around
Are
that.
you sorry you asked, Swanee? I feel like you're just going. No wonder I throw them out.
I
I'm
know.
not
Well,
doing that.
because I have my own private one,
Fresh.
and then because I put that stuff in it. You see, sometimes we're drinking
The wee.
the wee water.
Yeah.
That has stevia or something in it, so it must start to. Sometimes I look and think, God, if I don't touch it for a day, it's got a little bit of mold. I have to throw it out. And
Gross.
and then I just ignore. I don't notice it. And I look and I think it's not even my kids drinking out of that. It's me.
Mm.
And so I just go, oh, I'll get a new one because I, try and drink quite a lot of it. But I just wondered how, because I put them in the dishwasher and I do this and that, and I think that's still
No, you
rank.
pick it out. You can get rid of it all out of the
Okay.
lid.
Yeah.
In terms of, and you can buy things. I know, I'm
The
sorry
brushes
to be
and stuff.
boring, but you can buy things to actually clean the bottle. Yeah.
Oh no, I'll keep
Anyway.
throwing them out. Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not like I'm doing it once a week or like not even close out.
No, because that kind of defeats the purpose of having a Soda
Yes,
Stream if you're just going to
exactly.
throw them out.
I'm not
regularly.
I'm not that bad a person. Bad,
Okay.
not that bad.
All right. All right. So, do you want me to tell you a story?
Love you
Yes,
too.
please.
Okay. So, my sources for today are oxygen.com, the Daily, advance.com, caselaw.finderlaw.com, medium.com, Oxygen Snapped, which is a TV program, and dateline.com. This is a story of a lovely lady who was bringing up 4 kids on her own. All of them had hair just like their mother, the youngest one also. Here's the story of a man named Milton who was bringing up 3 kiddies of his own. They were 4 peeps getting on with it, and things were pretty okay. Then one day in 2011, this lady met this fellow, and it seemed like a fantastic idea to date. They seemed to dig one another well enough, and in 2018 they married, creating a blended family of 7 kids. That's the end of that.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
Great song. I couldn't do a blended family of 7 kids.
7 kids.
So Milton had 3.
Milton had 3, and
then
the
the
lovely
new-
lady, whose name is
Carol
Angel,
Brady.
the new
Carol
Carol
Yeah, yeah.
Brady.
Carol Brady had.
Angel had 4 kids of her own. And in point of fact, when she met Milton, she was going through a divorce. She wasn't divorced, she was separated.
Okay.
Anyway, but they met in 2018 and they created this blended family of 7 children. And that's enough of a tribute to the Brady Bunch. And apart from the blended family bit, there's no other reason to connect to that lovely, wholesome TV show. So Milton
Disappointing.
Sawyer.
I was hoping for
So this is
some
2018.
kind of Halloween Brady show.
Yeah, no, it would have been good, but that's not the direction this is headed in. So Milton Sawyer, the divorced father of 3 kids, met divorcee, or soon to be divorcee, as it turns out, Angel Marie Wilson, who had 4 kids of her own, at a school thing. Milton's kids went to the same school as her kids. They got chatting about how the challenges of being single parents, and they hit it off quite well.
Parents without pants, that's called.
Is it?
No, when I was very young, there was like Grab a Granny, which was like
Right.
a local like club, the RSL or whatever. There was a night for like singles. It was called Grab a Granny because it's all divorced, older people, but actually younger than what we are now.
I know, rude.
And then the other thing was the thing where it was like a sort of a mixer. And I used to call it Parents Without Pants because I remember all the parents going to get their rocks off. That's a bit of a mingler. That's Parents Without Pants at the PTA. Yeah.
Well, I think they actually just met at a school function. I don't think it was a PTA, and I certainly don't think it was Parents Without Pants. Within a year, they were Parents Without Pants.
Exactly.
And they got married.
And they didn't have another one.
No, they didn't have any more children.
Phew.
At the point when they met, Angel was 38 and I think Milton was 48, so 10 years between them. And they
Milton sounds like he was 88. Anyway.
Oh, yes,
Milton.
I know. Milton Henry Sawyer called, what was it, Minnie, something like that. I didn't write it down. Turned out his father was called Mink or something, whatever the other name was. And so he was called the Minnie one.
Well, that's cute. I like that. Mini Mink.
Yeah, it was cute. Anyway, and Angel set up shop with him.
Okay.
Milton was a successful guy and extremely well liked by the folks in their town, which was Elizabeth City, North Carolina. He'd been successful always, doing very well in school and going on to study data management at the University of North Carolina. He'd always enjoyed collecting things and had turned his passion for antiques and sports memorabilia into his career. So when I say Angel set up shop with him, I mean it literally and figuratively. She pretty much moved into his house and his business, The Treasure Hunter. That was the name of the shop. And the business bought and sold coins, gold, records, comics, that sort of stuff. It's not, when you hear The Treasure Hunter, it makes me think of My Secret Naughtiness, Josh Gates, who does go around trying to find treasure, but it wasn't quite that. And by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but he won an Emmy recently. So clearly I've got good taste. Things were going okay in their marriage for a few years, but by 2018, so 6 years in, it seemed like things were not so perfect. Milton mentioned to family members that nothing he did would satisfy Angel. She had become the living embodiment of the song More, the Stephen Sondheim song sung by Madonna in the film Dick Tracy.
What? You've got to take me back to that. I'd forgotten that she was in that movie. Was that with Warren Beatty?
Yes, she played Breathless Mahoney.
I totally forgotten about that.
And I also thought it was funny they called her Breathless Mahoney because I'd call her Breathless Marnie. But anyway, that's just me. Yeah, she sung the Sondheim song, which goes something like, 1 is fun, why not 2? And if you like 2, you might as well have 4. And if you like 4, why not a few? Why not a slew more? You must know it, boys. More.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Anyway, that was kind of Angel. She just wanted more all the time. She wanted everything. Now, I'm not really sure that it bothered Milton that much. He wanted to provide for her, and he wrote on his Facebook page, "Every man deserves a real woman that makes you forget every other woman on the planet. I found mine, and she is all that and more. I love you, my angel." And that was written on the 23rd of July, 2018.
Did she do it, bro?
You're not loving that, Swanee? You didn't
No,
find
I'm not
that
loving
romantic?
that. Not at all.
Oh, okay. So I believe Milton's brother said that no matter what Milton did, Angel was never happy. She believed she was the hottest chick in the room.
Oh.
She's the hottest chick in this place. And according to others, she had an insatiable appetite for more. Luxury, attention, money, the lot. Milton did his best to keep her happy, but that was going to always be a losing battle as enough was never enough.
Oh.
From all accounts, Milton, however, was an absolutely lovely guy who always had a smile for people and was really well loved by the community. And some even thought he should run for mayor.
You're not going to tell me he lit up every room he walked into, perchance, are you?
I think he lit up a room.
I think he might do every room.
That's right. And then in the early hours of August the 2nd, 2018, everything changed.
How so?
Well, Angel and Milton were home alone as her daughters were having a sleepover somewhere else. And they were watching TV in bed when Angel got a bit peckish and she got up to get a snack. And when she opened the bedroom door, there was a masked man in the hallway pointing a gun at her head. He forced her back into the room and belted her over the head with a pistol. Then he grabbed Milton with his arm and put his arm around his throat and he dragged him into the bathroom. And he bound his hands behind his back with duct tape, and then he returned and bound Angel, who was quite confused and dazed because she'd been pistol whipped. Then he ransacked the house and fled, having taken jewelry and other items. Angel managed to get freed and tried to revive Milton, but when she couldn't, she went next door to the neighbours, bleeding from a head wound and hysterical, and they called the police. When the police arrived, they found Milton face down in the bathroom with his hands bound behind his back. Sadly, he was deceased.
Why?
Oh. Why was he deceased, or why?
What had they done to him?
What had Robert done to him?
They hadn't shot him, had they? What had they done to him? Don't know.
No, he was strangled.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Right, yeah.
Angel was taken to the hospital to be treated for her head wound, and it was there she was advised that her husband had passed away. She was absolutely devastated. She told the police that she thought the intruder might have been a guy called Dylan, who frequented the treasure hunter and who had allegedly sold her husband a stolen TV that very night. Dylan was a known petty criminal, and Angel thought that he would have seen the Sawyer house as a good target because he knew that they were the owners of the treasure hunter you know. And the police did follow it up, but it turned out that Dylan was already arrested for something else and was able to alibi himself for the night of the burglary.
Hang on.
I don't know if
already arrested and in custody?
I've read it in one thing that it sounded like he was in custody, but then I read another account that said his family said he was home.
And because he sold them the thing that night. Yeah. So, right, okay. I was confused for a moment, but I'm back.
It's one of those ones, when you read multiple sources and you can't quite
work out what course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So once the autopsy results came back, and to your point, Swanee, the police started to think that the murderer was probably a bit closer to home. And this is because Milton had died by manual strangulation, which is much more personal.
Than
and a burglar who had a gun could have shot him, right?
Yeah.
Or belted him over the head, given him a blunt force injury.
Yeah.
So it seemed to be more personal, and of course they started to look into Angel's life a little bit more. And apparently it didn't take much for Milton's family to tell the investigators that Angel was narcissistic and always wanting more.
Not an angel.
Not an angel. Someone also said that Dylan and Angel had actually been doing a dance with no pants.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jeepers.
Yeah. So apparently they'd been
in the treasure hunter. Did they find treasure in the treasure hunter?
He did go to the treasure hunter quite a lot. So I'm going to say yeah. I bet they did find some treasure in the treasure hunter. So yes, apparently they've been engaged in an affair, a fact which she left out when she was trying to get him pinged as the murderer and burglar. And that is probably somewhat unfortunate for Angel that Dylan was very clearly not at the house that night. So if not Dylan, who was at the house? Yes.
Who else was she dancing with?
Oh, what a good question. So at this point in the investigation, they had really very little to go on. It's one of those kind of no forensic evidence, a bit of scurrilous gossip about Angel, who was not very angelic from the sound of it, or was wanting more, dick, among other things. Yeah, so they were kind of a bit stumped. And if not for the grace of God, the investigation may well have ended there. That is.
Thank goodness for the grace of God.
What did he do? Or she?
A dairy farmer from Oregon got in contact with the police with a hot tip. Now, for those of us with very little appreciation for the geography of the USA.
Oh, thank goodness. That's exactly what I was going to ask.
The farmer was literally on the other side of the country, around 2,700 miles away from where we are in North Carolina. So how did a dairy farmer on the other side of the country have information on the case?
Have a hot tip.
Well, it turns out that Louis Casimir, had once been a youth pastor and had worked with troubled teens. That's where the grace of God comes in.
Okay.
So he was a godly person who had worked with young people who were struggling. And one of those teens was a guy who had become effectively a poster boy for reform. Louis said he'd really turned his life around. If you would ever say who was his success story, it was this guy. And by the contemporary time of this story, he had a good job, he had a wife and 3 kids, and he seemed to have it all worked out. or did he? So I'm going to go back in time a little bit now. I'm going to jump back again to before Milton died.
Yep.
So at some point in 2017 or so, Angel Sawyer had a car accident, which left her with an injury that had required for her to be referred to a physical therapist.
Oh.
Apparently, someone thought dry needling might help her, whatever. It must have been a nerve injury. And so she ended up seeing...
I've had that.
Yeah, it
Yeah, well,
works.
she must have had something. So she ended up seeing this guy, this physical therapist, Isaac Melcher.
Did he have pants?
Yeah, he had pants at this point in time.
Okay.
Over the course of their physical therapy sessions, she shared with Isaac her tale of woe. Her husband was a jealous and controlling man. He'd get angry and she'd be so anxious and when he yelled that she'd vomit.
Oh.
He wouldn't let her go to church for fear of her being looked at by other men. He wouldn't let her go out with her friends, and he showed no interest in her sexually.
Of course not.
In her words, she'd lay in bed next to him naked and he'd not even look at her. And it did remind me of Tony because he does have a certain amount of hyperfocus. When he's watching TV, particularly soccer, I could run screaming through the house, nude and banging a drum, and he still wouldn't notice or look at me. So no need to take it personally, Angel.
Yeah. Is there any truth to it, to her side of what she was saying, or was that just a tale of woe to
entice this
hook
Isaac
him in?
Melcher? Yeah.
It's an interesting question because the way it's reported, there's no truth to it. He's a nice guy. Everyone loved him, yada, yada. But there are a few bits in this story that make you think, actually, maybe there was something. And
maybe it's
we'll
not
get
just
onto
that
it.
she's a really hot horn bag.
Yeah, I mean,
more.
she has been, yes, very much MP. I do mention it later, but she's actually quite attractive, so she's not really an MP.
All right, yeah.
She's just a P. It's not necessarily that magic. But I think she has been
pantsless
painted.
P.
She has been definitely painted by the media and people as the
hot horn, the
femme
horn bag.
fatale here and the manipulator, etc. And I'm not saying that she wasn't, but there are a few clues that might indicate that our Milton wasn't, completely sainted.
No.
But then again, like his children and her children who lived in the same house, I didn't see anything about them corroborating this story. So
it's also the bits that she's telling him do sound very manipulative.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why I was asking if there's any truth.
And he's not bad looking. And I just wonder if she walked in and just sort of thought, I don't know, it's just an opportunity to sit there and talk about.
I'll see if I can talk him out of his pants so we can dance.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know if she went in there with that intention, but she certainly went in there to get his sympathy, I think. And I think that's definitely where it started. So after a few months of her oversharing, Isaac became increasingly protective of her. He totally bought into the idea of her being the victim of a controlling husband, and after a couple of months, that old MP won out and he started an affair with her. In all fairness, she was sending him naked pics of herself in a hot tub, and when she showed up, she was all out flirting, and he did try to resist for about a hot minute, but that old MP was just too strong, and he gave in to temptation. So they were at it, and I think it was like within a month or 6 weeks of her starting the physical therapy that they started doing the dance with no pants. And they were at it several times a week, mostly when she had her appointments. But they also met for sexy times in other places and at other times. In January 2018, so about 2 months after the affair started, Angel stopped going to her therapy, saying that Milton didn't like the look of Isaac and wouldn't let her go. Isaac wanted to take the opportunity to end it then, but Angel told him she'd commit suicide if she couldn't see him.
God.
So he took the path of least resistance and kept seeing her for a bit.
It sounds so manipulative.
Well, that definitely is. I can't leave my husband because he might hurt me, but you can't.
If you leave
You've
me,
got to
I'll
stay
kill
with
myself.
me. Yeah.
Absolutely. Then in April 2018, she came back to her therapy sessions as apparently Milton was fine about her going there. This is where it becomes quite contradictory. Like, hang on. Isaac and his family went to some beach in May for some holiday and had arranged to see Angel there too, as she and Milton were apparently also going. They ran into each other in a Deirdre Chambers, what a coincidence kind of way. Apparently, Milton didn't seem too happy to see him, but there were no confrontation. He didn't say anything, and they just passed each other on the pier. A couple of days later, Angel's daughter called the medical centre to warn Isaac that Milton was thinking about coming in and confronting him about having an affair with Angel. There was a police report, and I'm unsure about this, right? But apparently someone rang the police and said, so the police went and had a chat with Milton and said, it's not a great idea, mate. Don't go and cause a bit of a fuss. So he didn't. I find that weird that the police would bother to go around and say that to him, but whatever. So Isaac messaged Angel and asked if Milton had hurt her, and she said, no, not yet.
Oh.
And as I say, I do find it all a bit weird, and it was in the witness testimony, but I'm unclear as to whether the police thing actually happened or not. So that's all May 2018. And remember, it all went bad on the 2nd of August. That was the night that it all went bad. Mm-hmm. So their contact, that was the very, very early hours of the morning of the 2nd of August. Isaac and Angel's contact was sporadic in June, as allegedly Milton had taken Angel's phone from her because, he's very controlling. By this time, Isaac had decided he was going to leave his wife for Angel. He was quite besotted by her now. Angel was going to move to her mum's place in Florida once the kids went to college to get away from Milton. But Isaac was like, no, I love you. Please stay here in North Carolina. I'll get you out of there and I'll keep you safe. Isaac did leave his wife and kids and continued to try to get Angel to leave Milton, but she was adamant that if she did that, he would probably kill her. So by this point, the only option they really had was for Milton to die. That's right. And preferably by natural means, or at least look like natural means. That sounds about right.
Strangulation?
That's the only option we have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Milton Must Die chat started in June and continued from there. In July, Isaac and Angel met up in person because a lot of this was on not Facebook Messenger. It was on a thing called Secret Conversations, which I'll get onto in a minute.
Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't know about this, but in Facebook Messenger, you can actually set your messages to something, Swanee, called Secret Conversations. You can only do it on a one-on-one basis. You can't do it in a group chat because I thought about having a go at it to test it today. And I think you can only do it from mobile, not desktop. Mm-hmm. But it means that even Facebook doesn't keep a record of those messages, and they're not kept on a device. So they basically I was never young enough to appreciate Snapchat, but I thought Snapchat was a similar kind of idea. And I don't know, this whole thing about how this messaging service is supposed to work. But they were using that because they were being dodgy. They were planning to kill him. Isaac says to Angel when they meet up in person, if Milton ever lays a hand on you, I'll come and get you and I'll take you away, even if it means killing him. So Isaac's not actually saying, I'm just going to show up and kill him, right? Isaac is saying words to the effect of, if it comes to it, I'll do it. But I would prefer you just to leave him. And if he hurts you, I'll take you away. I'll keep you safe, kind of thing. And, I just think he had a bit of a saviour complex at this point in time, and he's besotted by her, and he wants to be the hero here. And apparently someone also described Milton in the same way about her, that he wanted to protect her and he wanted to be her knight in shining armour.
She's been playing that manipulative card all her life, I think.
Probably. She is the hottest chick in the place. So they start talking about the best way to kill him. And initially the idea was we should drug him to the point where he looks like he's had an overdose. And that's probably a good idea. That's probably a good way to do it. And Angel even went so far as to put some pills in his beer, which led him to having a lovely sleep in the next day, but didn't kill him.
What pills were they? I could do with a sleep in.
Oh, probably Restovits, gave him 1.5 Restovits and he had a good old dose. But she didn't really like this plan, and this is where things are a little bit questionable, because she said at the time that she didn't think anyone would believe that he would have killed himself because she was going to leave him, because at the time they were getting on very well and he was treating her well. So, I'm not even convinced that there was too much of a problem between her and Milton.
No.
She just lies.
So she's saying, oh, no, people won't believe it if he dies of an overdose, because why would he be sad? Why would I leave him? Everyone knows he's being really nice to me. And this is July. And remember that message he put on his Facebook was on the 23rd of July.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm gathering that their relationship at this point, Milton was not a jealous husband who was thinking she was having an affair. And even if he was just like, oh, well, I won't worry about it too much. But anyway, it's around this time that she had the idea that they should fake a robbery and he could be killed in the process of that robbery. Isaac's like, no, I really prefer the overdose if you don't mind. And she's like, no, we're not going to do it like that. But he's like, oh, no, I think the overdose is a good one. No. And of course, she sowed the seed that they could get away with the robbery based on the fact that some of the people that go to the treasure hunter as customers were sketchy customers.
Seedy.
Mm-hmm. And it would make sense if someone turned over their house looking for gold and cash. Unlike many love-fueled murders, they didn't actually plan a specific date to kill Milton. It's all very fluid, very casual. Angel was supposed to tell Isaac when the kids would be away so he could come over and kill her husband. But she prevaricated around whether to knock him off soon or wait till the kids had gone to college. To add to the clandestine nature of their relationship, they were communicating on secret conversations. And as I just said, it's an encrypted Facebook feature that I'd never heard of until I read this story. Because I don't need it. Because I'm not plotting to kill anyone or having an affair.
Yeah.
And it started me down this whole rabbit hole of social media and the evils of social media, right? And I just thought, oh gosh.
Another level.
Another reason for me to hate social media right now. So, going back to the story, what happened was the reason they moved to that is that Angel actually believed that Milton had hacked her Facebook account and had seen previous messages and knew about at least their affair. Not that they were planning to kill him, but their affair. And so she basically said, we need to use this secret thing because Milton can actually get into my device or he can get into my Facebook account on another device.
Or she made that up too. I just think I don't believe a word she says anymore.
Oh, I don't know.
I think she's making facts up to manipulate Isaac.
Well, there was the whole thing about Milton possibly being told by the police. The daughter family definitely recall that he suspected an affair.
But I would think she would have gone to the police and said something and they would have come round because she did the woe is me tale with the police.
Maybe.
And then they go, mate, don't do anything. We're watching. That's common.
Maybe, yeah. So Isaac decided, because he was getting really annoyed because he couldn't really communicate with her because her phone was allegedly with Milton, or she just wasn't responding and had it off. Anyway, so he bought her a phone, and in July he bought her another phone, and he said, so we can communicate. And he asked Angel for something that smelled like her because he missed her.
I'll fart into a box for you.
Oh, I know, right?
I knew you'd go down that path. I mean, instead of giving him a pair of her used underpants, she gave him a nice white shopping bag on the trampoline in the backyard, which contained a blanket, some lotion, and perfume that she wore. And in exchange, he left her a phone.
What?
I think he meant he would have liked used underpants. Don't you?
Yeah. I reckon you'd fart in a soda stream bottle before you threw it out and then just go, there you go. I was going to throw it out anyway.
Well, they smell like farts anyway.
Just be careful where you open it.
You might want to bleach the lid if you're going to be putting it around your mouth. Other than that.
Ooh, no, don't put it around your mouth. Won't you get?
Yeah.
Don't open it in an elevator. It's not funny.
What's that thing that people get from bums? Pink eye or something? Yeah, you don't want to get pink mouth. Yeah.
Oh, no, matron.
Oh, gosh, gross.
Isn't that the story of the guy in Game of Thrones who got his eyeballs crushed out? That actor actually had to ask people to stop touching him because people came up and they'd pose in like they were the mountain doing that, and he got pink eye from it because of and apparently you get it from fecal matter.
Matter. Oh, nice.
Shitty fingers.
Shit fingers. That's what I heard. Yeah.
Jeez.
Anyway, so not related to this story. Isaac and Angel thought that secret conversations could only be used on one device at a time, meaning if she was on a phone in her Facebook using it to communicate with Isaac, Milton couldn't log in on another device and see what was being said. So when Isaac got a notification that a device had logged off the account, He thought Milton must have caught them out on secret conversations, and he got very paranoid that Milton had discovered the affair and the plan to knock him off, and he thought Angel would be in danger. And lo and behold, this was, of course, on the 1st of August 2018. So he tried to contact Angel like repeatedly, ringing her, sending her text messages, and she didn't respond to anything. So he got into a bit of a panic, and he became Mr. Action Jackson, and he packed a kill bag, although he didn't call it that. It was just a bag, but it was a kill bag.
I'm going to go and pack my kill bag.
I like it. Yeah. Got to have one handy everywhere.
Do you know what we could do? There's got to be like along with, bags of dicks for dogs. Now I can do some merch. Maybe we should have them. I would sell them through Bunnings. What do you reckon?
I mean,
my kill bag, like just embroidered discreetly. I'm not suggesting anything loud, but my kill bag folds down.
MKB.
Well, it might be a little bit.
Just
be a little bit like that woman who had a bag of drugs. My little bag of drugs, It kind of gives the game away a bit, but sure.
My kill bag. Yeah, I think Clark is right. We don't need to spill it out. We can just do it.
You don't want to be too obvious.
No.
MKB would work nicely. Yeah. What have you got there? Oh, it's just my MKB.
My MKB.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. Oh, just looks like it really goes down. Oh, yes, it can be quite large. Oh, yes. It's got pockets in the side for wires and plastic
Listeners,
straps.
if you like the idea of the MKB, contact us at trialbywine@gmail.com.
We're looking for some investors.
Venture capitalists.
Yes.
We may even produce.
We could sponsor the trial by the TBW MKB. The Christmas present for the
outside of Bunnings. Where else? Like I think you'd like a vending machine. Like at a train station, a vending machine, an NKB vending machine. Or
let me tell you what was in it.
You hire a locker and there's your MKB's
I think that might work better.
Stashed.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what's in his kill bag. He had ever present in every kill bag, duct tape.
Oh.
Maybe we could do some that are pre-packed, like a first aid kit. We could do MKB.
That's what I'm saying.
We could do ready to go ones and the ones that you want.
A go MKB as well as you.
You want duct tape. You
could build a bear, like build my own MKB or MKB Go, which is already. I like it.
He had small bottles of alcohol. I don't know what they were for, and I don't know why I'm going to say this, but because he was a physical therapist, I felt like they weren't like a mini bar of alcohol. Okay. I thought they were like little
before they would be, but before he puts the needles in, he would use that
to get rid of DNA from scratches. Maybe
I'm not quite sure what they were for, but I'm not even sure if I'm correct on that. But the impression I got,
needling.
Yeah, it's just don't mind me after I've killed you.
Just going to do some needling.
Yeah. I'll just loosen up those muscles for you.
Yeah, I'll needle you.
Also, anti-anxiety medication. Again.
See, I was going to go there with the alcohol, so that after the event you can just calm the fuck down.
Maybe, I don't know.
In case you're pinging.
He also had an unloaded .45 automatic pistol.
I don't think that belongs. I know it would kill. It just doesn't feel like. It feels like it's too much.
Not in the Aussie version of it. No.
Kill bag is like hark back to Carla's one that she did. The one who went all the way across America and had kill bags everywhere. He just
buried and
he buried them.
Is that the one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got the name Isaac Newton in my head. I don't know why because it's not that. Oh come on, Swanee.
I don't know. I've gone blank.
I just think it's going to be hard to sell that in Bunnings. You need a garrote or something like that.
Yeah. He had like a rope
hammer.
And
a hammer would work.
And he had his kill bags were quite well thought through.
Cable ties?
Yes, that was definitely mine. And they're cheap. We can really make some money on that. We could get a decent margin. Do you
think you could make it such a big thing that Bunnings had a kill bag aisle? So you have to have a safety aisle or a plumbing aisle or whatever, where they've just got cable ties, duct tape, wire for your garrote.
Israel Keys. There we go. Got there.
Oh, you're close.
Isaac Newton. Yeah, Israel Keys. Yeah.
Totally forgotten him
that was really annoying that I just had that blank in my name. But yes, Israel Keys had kill bags, but he had like duct tape and he had a bit of rope and he had, what do you call them? Rag type things, hammers, knives, maybe. He
that's
was
all the
prepared.
stuff you need.
Yeah. The thing is, Isaac didn't really want to kill Milton. He'd hoped that he'd actually catch Angel or get some response from her and she'd be okay and he could just go home. But on the off chance that Milton had actually hurt Angel, he went round to check. Now, very helpfully, Angel had left a key near the back door and she had previously told Isaac about where that key was. So he just went in the back door using the key. He waited and listened carefully because he was expecting to hear arguing, but he didn't hear anything. And then Angel opened the door and that effectively in that moment tipped the whole thing. He stood there masked, carefully listening to see if he could hear them talking or having an argument. She opens the door and he just thinks, in for a penny, in for a pound, I'm here now, may as well get the job done. So in he goes straight in with, he is holding the gun on her, gets in there, immediately with the gun tells Milton to get into the bathroom where he tied his hands behind his back. And then he deliberately put him in a chokehold and waited until he stopped moving. And then he compressed
after he'd already got him bound, I think. So
Yeah.
that he did it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really not very nice,
No.
is it?
No.
That's why there was sort of no struggle as such. Because when you had said that before you were done, I was like, what happened?
Yep. It's not like he'd grabbed him and was holding him and they were fighting with each other. But like the woman who killed her assailant, Susan.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there was none.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he same kind of thing, same kind of chokehold, but deliberately done. And then he compressed his carotid arteries to make sure he was dead. Remember?
So he strangled him with his arm?
Physical therapist, that's right.
Yeah,
he had his arm around his throat, in a full chokehold. They called it I think I read, naked rear chokehold.
Naked.
Not a Barry Nummer or a...
It wasn't a Barry
Nummer. Was it
Nummer.
Through the Window? Remember that
Stranger
one?
Thank you for remembering the correct names. I appreciate it. As someone who remembers nothing, I'm really touched by that, Clarky. Oh, my goodness.
You made a very big impact.
No.
Oh, the Barry Nummer.
It wasn't
going to get some of these out for
window.
Christmas. Stranger Through the Window for the treat.
So what was it called? The naked...
I think I read something like a naked rear chokehold or something. And I thought, that's why I didn't write it down because I thought it was just weird.
Weird. It is weird.
Unless
I
they
would
meant
like
a
one of
naked
those
arm.
in the kill bag, though, like some kind of merchandise.
What, a mannequin's arm in your kill bag?
Yeah. But you'd have to have a way of rigging it up so that you didn't have to be strong to do it yourself. It would. You just had to put it on over their head and then push a button and it would naked kill hold them or whatever it is.
I suppose like a garrote, it could spin around and it
pull
the mannequin's arm together. Yeah.
The TBW naked rear hold.
Not really sure.
NRH.
Merchandising this. It doesn't sound that good to me.
Imagine a whole bay of them in Bunnings.
I'm literally just here on my computer getting all the trademarks on all these things because we don't want anyone else to get the idea.
Also, start Googling Chinese factories that'll make it for us as well.
Jeremy, we're off on a trip early in the new year. We've got to look at some facilities in China for our early season merch.
Our NRHer.
Yeah.
Or NRK, whatever it was.
All right. So Milton at this point is now dead, which is not good.
That's not good.
He was a perfectly fine individual from what I can tell, yeah. And he didn't deserve to be killed. She could have just divorced him like a normal person. But anyway. So then Isaac goes around making it look like a robbery and Angel's like, quick, take the cash, take the jewelry. And she's like, oh, I'll need cash, so take that and take these jewels.
Don't take it all, though.
Oh, no, I think he did. And then she said, hit me. So he slaps her.
Oh.
And she's like, oh, that's not good enough.
Oh, so when you said she was pistol whipped, she wasn't initially?
No.
Oh.
No, she was untouched and awake and conscious and watched as he murdered her husband.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then she says, come on, hit me so it looks convincing. So he gives her a slap and she's like, not good enough. So she bashes her own head against the floor hard enough to crack it and bleed, or against, I'm not sure, a table or a drawer or something, because I read two things again.
Oh.
Either way, she gave herself a gash on the head and probably did knock herself out a little bit. So it was nice and convincing. I mean, just think about what it takes to smack your own head on something like that. I'm not sure I could do it.
Oh.
As I said, all of this sort of happened very late on the night of the 1st of August. And so by the time Isaac had left, it was actually, and Angel went next door, it was actually the very wee hours of the 2nd of August. And then the police showed up after the neighbour called, and they were like, this doesn't ring true, doesn't seem right. They looked into Isaac because Milton's son told the police that there was an affair. So they weren't even that secret, secret conversations. People knew they were having an affair and that it could have been connected, right? Milton's son was like, what about that guy she's sleeping with, the physical therapist? So the police went and spoke to Isaac and he said, no, I'm not a thing. We're not having a relationship with her. Yes, I am separated from my wife, but it's nothing to do with her. And she denied it as well initially. So they didn't have any concrete evidence until the farmer from Oregon rings, Louis. And how did that come about? Remember Louis the Fly that's over in Oregon? 2,700 miles away. So as I say, Isaac was, as it turns out, the man who had turned his life around. The young man who had gone to pass the school or whatever he was doing, being mentored by Louis. And Louis had always had a particular affection for him because he liked that he'd done well. And so he saw him as a bit of a son figure for himself. And they kept in contact.
A good case study.
Yeah. Well, no, it's a little bit more emotional than that. But
my finest work until it wasn't.
Isaac was religious and Isaac had married and everything was... He was righteous. He was on a good path and all of the rest of it.
Yeah.
And Louis was very proud of him. And he didn't killing Milton did not sit well for Isaac. Isaac had guilt. Isaac, as it turns out, is not a psychopath. And so within days, really, of this happening, he rang his mum and he said, I've killed this man. And he then flew to Oregon to see his mum. And he also spoke to Louis and he confessed to Louis that he had killed Milton. And he also confessed to his own wife that he'd been having an affair and that he'd killed Milton.
Imagine your husband saying that to you. I'd be like, fuck off, that's too much. I can't cope.
Well, it's interesting you should say that because...
I'd just be like, what? You go and do with that, dickhead? I would not be happy. What a mess you got yourself in. See ya.
I'll get on to the wife in a sec then. So Louis... As I said, he loved Isaac and he saw him as a bit of a son of his own, but he's also an ex-pastor and he can't really be the kind of person who sits on that. That's pretty major. And so he decides to do the right thing and he rings the police and that's where they get the hot tip. And he said, look, Isaac's confessed to me that he's killed Milton and he was having an affair with Angel.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, good, because, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So what they did is they got Louis to ring him a few more times. And they recorded the calls so that they got the confession on the phone. And again, on these calls, Isaac's wife is on the calls. I can't think of her name. It might be Debbie, but I could be making that up. Anyway, she's on the call. And even on this phone call, he's telling Louis that he actually wanted to be with Angel in front of his wife. And then she randomly says, I forgive him for the affair and I'll stand by him. And
Deb,
right.
fucking
I'm not sure
even
if it is
after
Debbie,
the murder.
Yeah.
After all this. So that was...
Deb, you're coming across as desperate.
I'm really not sure if her name was Debbie.
Desperate Deb.
We'll just call her Desperate Deb. That might end up being a made-up name for her. I'm not quite sure where I got that from.
Fucking have some self-respect, doll.
Self-decorum.
It isn't great, is it? I mean...
It's not. It's like, it's one thing that he's cheated on you. The fact that he's cheated on you, then he's gone and killed somebody.
And
now
still
he's
wants
saying
to be
in front
with
of
her.
you that he did it to be with her.
Oh, it's not Deb.
I think
it's Darlene.
Desperate Darlene. Same.
Is it Darlene? I knew it was a D.
What have you done, Dar?
So, yes, Darlene was like, oh, that's okay. I still love him. I forgive him.
Don't mind.
Desperate Darlene. But we'll call her Desperate Deb. Of course, they then arrested Isaac. And whilst initially he tried to keep Angel out of the whole thing and not implicate her, he fairly quickly sang like a bird. This then gave the police the evidence to charge Angel, as they'd been pretty sure she was involved all along, and this now confirmed it. And poor old Isaac, he finally realised that he'd probably been a bit played, and he just wanted to be done with that part of his life and move on. So Angel was indicted on the 27th of August 2018, so only 25 days after Milton's death, by the Pasquotank County Grand Jury on 1 count of first-degree murder and 1 count of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. And that was on the 3rd of February 2020. She got pinged for that one. I'm not quite sure why it took another 2 years to give her that charge, but it did. She was tried in September 2021 with Isaac as a co-defendant. Of course, Isaac testified for the state, so effectively testified against her.
Good.
And whilst the defence tried to get the whole thing chucked out on the basis of there's no actual evidence, that didn't work, and she was found guilty of both charges and sentenced to life without parole and a concurrent sentence for the conspiracy conviction of 13 to 16 years. Isaac pled guilty to second-degree murder and he got 20 years. Angel then, of course, as they always do, appealed the conviction, but that was denied. So she's still in prison.
Yeah, get back in your box, Angel.
Your fart box.
Your fart box. Oh.
Darlene divorced Isaac in the end.
Yay, she came good.
She woke up and went, what was I
done,
thinking?
Darlene.
I'm not going out with him if he's in prison for 20 years.
No, it's a bit pointless. And that is the story of Angel Sawyer.
Angel Sawyer.
Goodness me.
You're a devil in disguise.
Show us some photos
yes,
of it where she looks good, because
You haven't found one?
Well, not really. I can kind of imagine, actually. I just had a quick look then.
I haven't even Googleized her yet.
So I didn't look at Angel Sawyer.
I honestly would not say she was the hottest chick in the place, but she's not
Sawyer?
ugly. I'll show you.
Angel
There
Sawyer.
we go. Where's the share button? There we go. Share screen. This one.
Oh.
She's not too bad there.
Is that
she's so
Milton?
pretty.
That's Milton.
is
Yeah,
it?
Milton. He's got kind eyes, hasn't he? There they are at some point. Isaac Dustin Melcher.
Oh, but I just find it.
And she's not looking so hot in that mugshot.
How old
there.
were the kids
So-
roughly? Were they
yeah.
teenagers at this age?
Yeah, they were. They're going off to college.
This is my thing. It's like, imagine getting up to all that and having that many kids to, when I say look after, it's not like they were out looking after themselves. Credit where credit's due. It's not easy to find a moment to yourself, let alone to coordinate an affair and the murder of your husband and have all those kids under one roof. You know?
2 affairs, because apparently she was having it off with Dylan as well at some point.
Having it off. Thank you for using that. Takes me back to another time. He was probably fingering her, I'd imagine, if they were having it off.
Behind the
I
shelter
thought
sheds.
in the high school. I think he
I
fingered
nearly got
her.
sun-kissed up through my nose.
Because they were definitely, they were going to have it off.
He freaked her. Yeah, they were having it off. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Having
yeah.
it off, yeah.
Gross.
I wonder if I think that's a uniquely sort of Australian thing. I haven't heard it elsewhere, makes us chuckle. I don't, it's not really in movies or anything, is it? It's a real Aussie sort of 80s
I must admit,
thing.
I haven't heard it said for a long time.
Yeah.
Not even
Having
quite.
it off.
Well, I think it's because of the base nature of this story is why I used such a base term.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
she's a root rat. And
yeah, she's a
it's
root rat.
all about her, and it's all about validating her beauty and her attractiveness and the moreness and all the rest of it.
She's giving me sort of I've forgotten her name. What is Kath Day Knight's daughter?
Kim.
Oh,
She's giving me Kimmy kind of vibes.
She's very Kimmy.
She thinks she's sort of I'm a hot hornbag kind of.
I think she went to Porker Spit.
I'm effluent, Mum.
I'm effluent.
I'm the beautiful one.
I just want to be effluent. You are effluent, Kimmy.
That's right.
That show is
whatever
really
it is to
remarkable.
hightail it around town.
Yes. The little Hyundai, was it?
Some car, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think that's, whilst Kim is a caricature,
Yes.
I think Angel is
She's giving me Kimmy.
the real version.
Kath and Kim and Bretty. Bretty was
Muriel's wedding.
Milton.
Yeah.
And the girls there from Porker Spit, where Rachel, what's her name?
Griffiths.
Griffith says, "You're all a bunch of cocksuckers." I reckon she could have been one of those girls too. Remember, one of them was getting married and her bridesmaid was banging Chook in the... Yeah.
Sophie.
But I'm the beautiful one.
Sophie
Lee.
Sophie Lee.
Sophie Lee, that's it.
Yeah, as Tracy Kerrigan. Tracy.
Yeah.
I forgot her name, Tracy.
Do you remember Jenny? Which Jenny? Jenny. No, Microwave Jenny.
Microwave Jenny. Brilliant.
Any thoughts on sentencing?
I like that she got life. There was no mucking around, no confusing what her role was in it. I was confused that he got 20 years for second-degree murder.
I think he plea dealed. It's a bit of a deal, and he testified against her, so he got a lesser sentence.
I thought it might have been because he had the naked, what was it, hold thing that he bought at Bunnings.
Bear hold or something? No,
it wasn't that personal because it wasn't my real arm. It was my Trial by Wine merch that I did it with. Oh well, that's only second degree.
Oh, it's a real thing. It's called a rear naked choke. It's a martial arts submission hold applied from behind an opponent, using your arms to compress their neck, cutting off blood flow. A blood choke, leading to rapid unconsciousness. Like, it's the thing. Oh,
like a sleeper hold.
Yes, but isn't it the thing that some people have done and accidentally killed people, like Susan, whatever her name was?
Boyle?
No, the one I covered recently where she killed the guy. That's how she killed the guy, was with a dangerous chokehold. But, yes, there you go. Apparently a rear naked choke hold, is that what it's called? A rear naked choke is a real thing. I thought it was just a weird way of saying it.
RNC.
An RNC, martial arts. That's because we don't know enough about martial arts, us. Yep. So you were saying what? You were trying to apply that to the mannequin arm at Bunnings?
Well, I think it was, first degree if you use your own arm, second degree if you use your Trial by Wine RNC holder.
Like a second degree of separation.
Yeah, like it wasn't my arm. So I get 5 years off that. That would be a selling point of it. It gets you the second-degree murder from first.
That if you also dob on the person who manipulated you to do it in the first place.
I mean, that works as well, yeah. That'll get you to third degree.
Yeah.
Those poor kids ended up with no parents.
I know, isn't that shocking?
Oh.
Yes. I thought about that. I thought, well, I know that some of them might be grown up, but there were 7 children, and of that blended family is no more because one parent's sent away, the other's dead.
I think Darlene's the winner of all of that.
She's alive and she's out, not in jail. So
she's away from him.
She's a winner.
She's the winner. Yeah.
He seemed very weak,
cascading cascading dominoes.
Yeah.
Darlene's the last domino standing. She's doing just fine.
She's
Do you wonder, given how many stories we've done where this has been the case, I wonder how many people have successfully pulled off murdering a partner and now they're living lives that they dreamt that they would. I mean, must be successful sometime.
2 people having an affair kill a partner and then go off together.
Yeah, because we're always reporting stories where obviously being found out, where it's being found out. But I mean, it must happen where they have been successful. I wonder how often that happens because we don't hear about that. Yeah. Oh, we wouldn't know about it.
Very interesting, isn't it? No. I mean, there'd be no news on it because...
Correct. There shouldn't be because it should have been a unsolved crime. Yeah. But, sometimes some must get through the goal.
Be on the lookout for that story.
Absolutely.
Surely one of our listeners knows someone. I was just going to say, it's also very base. It's just a different overlay of the same boy meets magic pussy. Magic pussy convinces boy to kill her current partner. Dumb as a box of hammer, boy kills partner. And then they both get caught and end up in jail. Yeah. She doesn't really love him now that the deed's done.
Correct.
Blah, blah, blah. It's what is it?
Tale as old as time. It is. Why can't these people see that when they're in it? Like, we all know it. It can't. And Isaac's going, he's not treating us well. I really want to be with you. I'll do whatever.
I'd leave him, but he'll kill me. Oh, well, I think we should end it then. Oh, no, but then I'd kill myself. Well,
okay.
What? Nothing sounds wrong about this story. You're happy to kill yourself. You just don't want him to kill you. Whack job.
Didn't make any sense. Yeah.
It's just that manipulation that he's obviously lapping up every bit of it.
Oh, yeah. It makes you wonder what he got out of it. It must have been just the rescuer mentality or the, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, saviour.
Like, the saviour. Like, why would that have been? You had a wife and kids. You had a happy life. Why would you even think to get involved with someone like that?
Well, also her, it's not like she's actually getting beaten by her husband. It's not like he's doing anything bad to her, but she still wants to kill him.
There's no evidence that he did anything to her. You're right.
But there's plenty of stories where people do have horrible things done to them, and they don't do what she did, or maybe sometimes they do, and you go, well, you can kind of understand it. There's nothing in that made me go, it's appropriate for that outcome. Just such overkill.
100%. 100% agreed.
She probably saw it as a challenge to see if she could use her manipulation skills to actually get someone murdered.
There's something about her manipulation skills that give me the idea that she
manipulation skills. I love the way you're calling it
like
that.
That she's like done like a course in it. Like it feels like she's done like she's been like community college and got something about where she's like, I've learned this. Actually, I should test it out and see if I can get him to do this.
She'd be the lecturer there.
It's got that kind of like, it's so rudimentary and so obvious. It's like, I did learn this. I had a group project on this last term. I might see if I wheel it out and see if it's going to work with Isaac. Doll, he's beating me. What? Yeah,
I don't think she
actually getting rough.
Said, that's the thing that gets me. So I'm not actually sure that she ever said that he hit her. It was more about being frightened of it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it was more like, he yells and he gets angry and it makes me anxious and vomits. And like I said, has he hurt you? No, not yet. Like she kept implying that he was going to, but I didn't see. She's definitely done a Cert 2, and she might have actually started a couple of units of a Cert 3 manipulation. But I don't like. There's no evidence of bruising. Not that you should have to, be showing that you're being beaten. But I think that.
Well, I mean, she's crazy enough to whack herself on the head.
It was pretty.
That's not hard enough.
Maybe it was because Milton would have said, "What's that bruise?" I reckon she's in prison now, running a Cert 3 course in manipulation skills for all the ladies in her prison.
Totally.
Yeah.
She'd be making big bucks too.
It's just weird, yeah. But so you're happy with her getting life?
I think it's better than the alternative where somebody who's done what she's done gets 10 years or gets a smack on the wrist, or I don't know. At least they went, you are a murderer and you're going to get life for it.
Yeah. I think she just needs to also, I know in reality prison will do this, but from our trial by wine perspective, I was irritated by the whole "thinks she's the sexiest chick in the place" comment.
Yeah.
That really annoys me. And because beauty is in the eye of the beholder, not every person in the world. And in fairness, I know a couple of people like this who seem to think that every man fancies them.
Has got the hots for them. Yeah.
Yeah. And I do laugh about it to myself at times, but it's just annoying. It's like not everyone wants to fuck you,
Yeah.
And yet.
Should we do a show of hands?
Oh, you would think, and that really irritated me. That's probably one of the least things about her that should be irritating. But I kind of want to take that away from her. I want her to be to have the experience that she basically said, that to become a 51-year-old invisible lady, like some of us, to get to that age where you're not in your childbearing years. Men aren't looking at you like that, whether you're pretty or not, and you just get to a point where you're pathetic. If you keep carrying on like that.
I think I'd quite like to combine
Carla and I.
I'd quite like to combine the hornbag thing, so the dance with no pants with the lying and the liar pants on fire, and actually burn her pants off her and do a bit of damage to the MP so that the MP didn't function properly anymore, and in fact it repulsed people rather than pulling them in. So rather than being like a giant squid with big tentacles that pull people in. I mean, it could be that, I guess.
That's the punishment.
You get the feeling like we're really a bit bitter, Swanee.
Yeah.
We're sending her into menopause, telling her she's 51 and invisible, just like some people we know.
What a horrible punishment! No one should have to go through that.
It's not great. I've got to say, it's not great. So yeah. No, I'm all right with the reverse. It's like a void. Well, that doesn't sound right, does it? Like a void. How this idea of the MP pulling them in was like this vortex dragging you in. What would be the opposite of that? No abyss is here.
No,
the Berlin Wall, Checkpoint Charlie.
Yeah. Just
don't come in here.
You shall not pass.
Like a crusty cave.
Chastity belt?
Yeah.
The one that was obvious. I was on the outside of her pants.
Yeah.
But she's got no pants on anyway.
No, I don't like that idea because I think that I don't want her to feel like she's desirable. Because that's the thing. The power that she thinks she has had, I guess, is the fact that her husband and Isaac empowered her because that she thought that they wanted her, right?
Yeah.
So that needs to be stripped away from her. So she needs to be self-conscious and feel that she's undesirable.
Undesirable. Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be sort of.
And what about him? Anything for him, or do you think he's suffered through his own stupidity enough?
Bit of a dick, didn't he?
Just one of those dumb as a box of hammers.
Oh, I know.
God, mate.
I know.
No, I mean, he probably does need something. It's not okay to go killing people just because you're an idiot.
No.
But what? I mean, a box of hammers, that, like it could be Friday night dartboard, but they chucked hammers instead of darts.
All right, well, thanks for that. Coming along the journey of that sort of love triangle with me. What do we call that episode? That was the only thing that I was in my mind thinking, what would you call it?
Dumb as a box of hammers?
All right, on that note, as we say every week, miss you already. Ciao.
Ciao.
Thanks for listening to Trial by Wine. You can contact us at trialbywine@gmail.com. Please rate, review and subscribe to Trial by Wine on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. If you'd like to support us, you can become a patron at www.patreon.com, Trial by Wine, or visit our website www.trialbywine.com to donate to us. Your support will help us cover many more cases and apply wacky sentences. We really appreciate you listening and hope you tell everyone about us. Our cover art is by John Christo and music is by Beauchamp from pixabay.com.